Yes. Students, yeah, tell me yesterday, how was your experience on programming? I have given you one small example program to practice. Yesterday's program that I asked you to try. This was the program that I had asked you. I told you to write a program to accept the length and breadth of a rectangle and calculate the area and perimeter. You had to write a program that would accept length and breadth and calculate area and perimeter. Did you find any difficulties in that? Any of you? Any of you who want me to explain this program? Harini, could you do that?
Yes, sir, I've done it.
Yuvraj?
Sir, can you explain it again, sir?
Okay, no problem. I'll do that. Geetika, did you find any difficulty there?
No, sir.
Good, no problem. Rujula, what about you?
Sir, I have also done it, sir.
Okay. Ashrita?
No problem, sir.
Okay, fine then. Because Yuvraj has asked, I'll just once again go with the program. Although the programming, what you are doing is known to you, some of you who already have some knowledge, not a problem. But this class is going to be meant for each and every person. So even if one student is having a doubt, you should be bold enough. Now you don't expect me to ask you like this one by one. Wherever you are having a doubt, you should raise your question and definitely that will be explained to you. Only thing is, I may ask you some questions there. Now, when you said that you are not getting, why you are not getting? What is the problem? Where you got stuck? So such type of questions I will ask you, try to identify where your problem is, and then I try to give a solution to that one. Anyway, Yuvraj, for your question, let me give you the answer here. For this program, the program was to accept length and breadth of a rectangle and calculate area and perimeter. Now, Yuvraj, can you please unmute yourself because you have to answer some questions here. What is the first step of our program?
Hash include
stdio.h. Now, why are we writing this stdio.h? stdio.h is the name of a header file. Why should we include that header file? Because I am going to make use of printf and scanf statements which are present in this header file. Printf and scanf are the functions which are present in this header file. So for that reason, we are including this header file. Okay? Did you understand? Okay. Next step. What is the next step? No idea?
void main, sir.
Void main. Come on. Void main. Don't mute yourself. Keep it on unmute continuously. Okay, go on. Next. Void main, bracket open close, flower bracket start. This is the main block beginning. Okay, now here the first thing that you have to understand is declaration of variables. In our yesterday's example, I told you that we have to write the program always in this sequence. The first part will be variable declaration. Second part will be accepting input values. Third portion will be calculation of results. And fourth portion will be displaying of the calculated values. That is the output. These will be the four things. Okay. So yes, coming back here. Here you said int. Correct. Okay, go on. Int. Now we need variables for what? One variable I need for length, one variable I need for breadth, and
So we need to give for L1 value and
For area is one more variable, and for perimeter also one more variable. 4 variables are needed. If you are starting with int, all of them you can continue with the same integer type. So you take one variable as len for length, bre for breadth, ar for area, and pr for perimeter. These are the variable names. Okay, clear up to this? So we are finishing with the first step, that is variable declarations is done. Whatever the required variables for this program that we have completed. Now the next step, accept the input values. What values you have to take from user? Accept what? Length and breadth. You have to accept length and breadth. Okay, so how will you write the statements here? Accepting, you do it using scanf, but before writing the scanf, we generally write printf. We generally write a printf statement to display the message so as to what the user is supposed to type. We have to accept the length and breadth. So you say enter length and breadth. You can use the same statement. Enter, okay, within double quotes, you have to write enter length and breadth. Semicolon at the end. Okay, now how will you write the scanf statement? Go on. Scanf bracket start
%d
within double quotes %d. How many variables we want to accept? How many variables do we want to accept? How many values we want to ask from user?
length and breadth, sir.
2 values, no? 2 values kada?
Yes, sir.
Continuously interact. Nikosme cheptunnan program. So scanf is required with 2 values. Because we want to accept 2 values, we will write %d and one more %d because both of them are integers. Integer is represented with %d. Quotations close, comma. Scanf the name is some. What do we give?
Ampersand.
Ampersand. First variable len, comma,
breadth,
ampersand breadth. That's all.
semicolon.
That's it. Correct. So this is the process of accepting. So first part, variable declaration is completed. Second part, accepting of input value is completed. These two lines, accepting of input value is done. Now next step is calculating the required values. What we have to calculate? Area and perimeter. What is the area for? What is the formula to calculate area of a rectangle?
L into B.
L into B. So here we don't have L and B, no? We have it as len, bre. The same variables we have used it here. We have to use these 2 variables for calculating now. So how should we write it?
Sorry, sir, I didn't get you.
How should we write the calculation? Area calculation has to be done, then perimeter calculation should be done. Area is given by the formula length into breadth, you said. That's correct. So how should we write?
We should write
First, the variable to which you want to calculate and store the result, that variable is equal to length into breadth.
breadth.
Okay, this is the way you are supposed to write it. Okay, you cannot write this as, okay, this should not be written as length into breadth is equal to area. This is not correct. This is not correct. Variable into which you want to get the result should be given on the left side of equal to. And the expression whose result is stored, excuse me, The expression whose result you want to show, that should be on the right side of equal to. Okay, so this is the way we are supposed to write it. This is for area calculation completed. Now, how will you write it for perimeter?
Perimeter equal to
Perimeter and a variable enti. What is the variable name given?
PR.
PR. Perfect. PR is equal to
Length into breadth.
perimeter 2 into L plus B kada?
2 into L plus B.
Yes. So we will write it as 2 into should be given with, now we cannot write into like this in bracket. 2 into L plus B, this cannot be given like this. Now multiplication is not assumed. You have to write that multiplication sign. So multiplication sign is given and it is not L and B, it is LEN and BRE, length into breadth. Following you, Raj? So perimeter is equal to 2 into L plus B. Now, when anyway you are writing multiplication sign, do you think that you need to give brackets or can you avoid it?
Can avoid it, sir.
Ashrita, what do you say about this statement? Is this going to be a correct statement? Now, if you write it like this, for example, suppose length was 5 and breadth was 3. So 2 into 5 plus 3. How much? 2 into 5 plus 3. What will be the result?
13.
This is going to be 13. But is the answer correct?
No.
No. This is supposed to be length plus breadth. That is 5 plus 3, 8. 8 into 2, 16. 16 should be the correct answer. 16 should be the correct answer. So, what should be done?
We have to put the bracket.
Perfect. We have to put the bracket. Now, priority of bracket, if it is not given, if the brackets are not given, priority goes for multiplication. If brackets are not given, priority goes for multiplication. So first it will do this, but we don't want that. L plus B should be first calculated. So this should be in bracket. Yuvraj, this has to be inside the bracket. You cannot avoid the bracket here. Bracket is must. L into B should be taken. That whole thing multiplied 2 times. So you get the calculated result. So first variable declaration is completed. Accepting input value is completed. Next we are calculating the results. Next we have to display the calculated values. Now how will you display the area and perimeter? Yuvraj, come on. We are going to make use of a printf statement. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So printf bracket start within double quotations. First thing that I want to display is area. So I'll say area is percentile D, comma, perimeter is percentile D, quotations close, comma, outside the quotations. What is the variable that you want to show here?
Percentile D.
For the first percentage D, what is the variable that you want to give?
Area.
Area, perfect. Comma, for the second percentage D, it is?
Perimeter, sir.
So this perimeter should be for the second variable, PR. So area and perimeter. So this is the way we are going to write it. This will be our program. Okay, this is the sequence of writing our program. So let us compile this program and execute it. So when we compile the program, it is asking enter the length and breadth. Let's say we have given 8 and 3. Press enter key. Now perimeter. What happened? Perimeter is not displayed. Oh, percentage D is gone. This percentage D is gone. Although you have given the variable, if you don't give the format specifier, value will not be printed. Okay, let me run the program again. Give the same values 8 and 3. And yes, we are good with it. Area is 24, perimeter is 22. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 into 2 is 22. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now here, within the double quotes, this message can be anything. I can write any message. I want to write it. See, I can write this percentage D before also. I can say percentage D is the area of rectangle, comma, perimeter is percentage D. I can write it like this also. So wherever you write percentage D, the first percentage D, so first variable will be substituted over there. Second variable for second percentage symbol. So output should be for the same thing. The output now will be given as 24 is the area of the rectangle. Previously it said area of the rectangle is 24. Now it is saying 24 is the area of rectangle because percentage D is given before, it is printing before. So this is the way we are going to make use of the statement, the printf statement. Okay, in order to display the values, this is the way we are going to make use of. All right. Now, so within the quotations, the message can be anything. Perimeter of rectangle is, I can write the statements. Let me introduce small new things here. Okay, suppose I give some values like this, 9 and 3. So it is saying 27 is the area of the rectangle. Perimeter of the rectangle is 24. Okay, good. Small new things. I want perimeter value, although I am writing in the same line, I want perimeter value to be shown in a different line. Here what is happening is when I run the program, it is taking the values in the same line. I am getting the output, everything in one line. I want this perimeter statement to be printed in the next line. In order to display that perimeter in the next line, what we can do is we can make use of /n. Now remember that this /n which I am writing is backslash, not the forward slash which we generally use for division. For the division, what we are using is the forward slash. For this /n, what I am using is backward slash, /n. So /n indicates new line. /n means new line. I hope you are making a note of the things. So here /n means new line. In the same way as I can use /n, I can also use /t. /t means tab space. /t is tab space. Now what is this /t and how it is going to look like? Let us run the program and see. Suppose I am giving some input values 9 and 4. Can you see this gap in between? Actually, in the program I did not give that. Observe, in the program I did not give that. I just used /t. So /t will print a tab space. It will take a tab space. Tab space will be around the next tab position. After every 8 spaces, you will have one tab stop. After every 8 spaces from the beginning, you will have a tab stop. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is going to be the next tab stop. Then from here again 8 tabs, that will be one more tab stop. Again 8 like this. So here it has moved to the next tab stop position and from here it is displaying the next value. So when you want the cursor to move a little more space in the same line, then you will use /t. You can use it multiple times also, /t. 2 tabs you are taking. You are asking it to move 2 tab positions forward. 9 and 4 if I am giving. So can you see this? More space. Not just this much, but it is taking more gap. This is tab spaces. Or I can also use /n. The purpose of /n is to move the cursor to the next line, new line. So when I run the program, although I have given one printf statement, I'll get the output in different lines. Can you see that? The output is printed in different lines. So /n moves the cursor to the next line. /t keeps the output in the same line but with a tab space. So slash t means tab, slash n means new line. Now remember that this slash n or slash t, you can use it only in the printf. You don't use them in scanf. And also these symbols should be used within the double quotations. Within these double quotations, wherever you want, you can use it. I can break the output into multiple lines. Okay, say something like this I am giving here. Something like this, slash t also I am giving. See how the output comes now if I run the program. This is the output screen. Observe the output here. 27 is the, up to that it is printing. Then slash n, so it is moved to the next line. Area of rectangle, that is printed. After this comma, slash n is given. So cursor again moved to the next line. And along with this space, it is printing. Even this space also is being printed here. So you can now see perimeter. After that slash n, move to the next line. Slash t also is there again. So after moving to the next line, again taking a tab and then printing the rest of the text. So I can use this slash n and slash t according to the requirement in the program output. Just by writing the statement in two different lines, it will not print the output in two different statements, two different lines. In order to move the cursor to the next line, you have to make use of slash n or slash t. Okay. What is the meaning of this double slash? What is the meaning of this double slash? Any of you?
Comments.
Comment symbol. It's called as a comment symbol. Comment symbol means you can just you are asking the computer to ignore this line. Although you wrote this line, you don't want it. Okay, I am writing it separately. I am trying to show you separately. Printf area is area of rectangle is percentage d quotation close ar. I can write it like this. Printf perimeter of rectangle is percentage d quotation close comma pr. Now my question is the output going to be shown in different lines or will it be shown in a single line? What is your guess? Will the output be shown in different lines or is the output going to be shown in a single line? So when I run the program here, I give some input values, single line only. See there, although I have given two separate statements, the output is still printed in the single line. So the understanding that you should take here is until you ask it to move the cursor to the next line, it will not move and it will continue in the same line. So where you want to break it into the next line, you use slash n. You can use like this slash n. So now you execute the program. You have the output displayed in different lines. So slash n moves the cursor to the next line. Slash t takes a tab space and displays the output. Am I clear up to this? Usage of slash n and usage of slash t. Slash n moves the cursor to the next line. Slash t moves to a next tab stop. Okay. Fine, this is done with this program. Let us move and further do some more example programs, something similar to these. I want to introduce you a few more new things. Some of the things that we have already discussed about previously. Now I just want to refresh you with the same things. Here in the structure of the C program, I told you that we write hash include statements And we can also define some constants, hash define constants. I want to introduce you with that constants. Okay. Now the next program, I want you to write a program for calculation of area of a circle. This is the next program. This is program to calculate the area of a circle. Okay, program to calculate area of a circle. Area is given by pi r square. The formula is pi r square. Don't bother even if you are not from the maths background, okay? Because many people have a notion saying that if I am not from maths background, I cannot learn programming. Nothing like that. Nothing more than 10th class mathematics is required. Minimum things only. Okay. So what is required for this is not maths. You require logic. You require the understanding of the procedure, how the program executes. That will help you. Okay. So maths background will not, that is not the important thing here. Okay. So program to calculate the area of a circle. Now in order to calculate the area of a circle, what is the input required? What is the value that is needed for calculating the area of the circle? I know the formula pi r square.
Radius.
Radius is needed. We need the radius. So accept the radius. Program to accept the radius and calculate the area of a circle. Okay, area and circumference of a circle. Let me take circumference also. Circumference is given as 2 pi r. Area is given by pi r square. Two formulas are there. Area is given by pi r square. Circumference given by 2 pi r formula. So hash include statements. stdio.h void main. Okay. What all variables are needed for this program? Ashrita, can you give some example? Can you get some variables that are needed for this program?
R,
R for radius.
C for circumference,
Okay, C for circumference.
A for area.
Now, when you are taking the variable names, try to put the variable names in a little easier fashion to understand. Because somebody will be confused saying R should be for radius or C for circumference or A for area. Okay, that may be confusing sometimes. So for that, what you do is use it a little conveniently. AR for area or CR for circumference, RAD for radius. Something like this will be more meaningful, a little more meaningful than that. Even this also is not completely correct, but yes, instead of just taking single alphabet, this will be a little more convenient. Okay, we need three variables, you said correct. But what should be the data types of these variables? What data type can we take these variables as? Int?
Float, sir.
We can take radius as integer, but circumference and area have to be taken as floats. Radius may be taken as integer or radius may be taken as float. Circumference and area will be definitely taken as float.
Float.
Why? What is the reason? Because calculation of the circumference and calculation of area involves the value of pi. Pi r square, no? What is the value of pi?
3.14.
Perfect. 3.14. 3.14 is a decimal point value. Decimal point values are called floats. So when you multiply 3.14 with radius, there is a possibility that this area comes out with decimals. 2 pi r, 2 into pi into r, 2 into 3.14 into the radius. That will calculate the circumference, and there is a possibility that circumference also is a decimal point value. So You can take radius as integer, no doubt, but area and circumference will definitely be float. You will have to take the variables as float. So int means values without decimal, float means values with decimal. Now because you have taken radius as integer, remember that you cannot give decimal point radius. That means you cannot give the radius as 5.3 or 6.5, something like that. You have to give it as 5, or you have to give it as 3, or you have to give it as 7. You cannot say 7.25. If you want to give it like that, then radius also should be taken as float. Okay, good. Next. Next, in continuation, we need to accept the input values. Come on, Ashrita. We need to take input values from the user.
Printf,
Okay.
quotation,
Yeah, we can double quote.
accept the radius,
So we'll say, we don't use the word accept, we say enter the radius. We say enter the radius.
R,
Enter the radius. Enter the radius, you can leave it like this, or enter the radius of circle. Something like this you can give it. Okay. So this is the printf statement. Next.
scanf,
Yes.
percentile D,
Percentile D.
percentile F,
You have to accept only the radius. Only radius is to be accepted. So only RAD variable will be taken. Only one variable. So percentage D only enough. RAD. Because circumference and area we have to calculate, no? Circumference and area we have to calculate it. So for that reason, we'll write it here. Okay. Now, next.
AR is equals to
AR is equal to. Now, how do I write pi?
Pi. Sir, do we not have to put a constant before, like
Yes.
entering the value of pi?
Yes. We have to do that. We can do it without that also. First, I am trying to show you without that. Then I will show you the importance of that.
Okay.
Here we will write 3.14. This is pi value multiplied with r square. Now, r square is RAD. R means RAD here. RAD into RAD. You have to write it as RAD multiplied with RAD. So radius square is represented like this. Pi is represented with 3.14. So that is area calculation completed. Now we need to calculate the circumference. So we say circumference, that is CR. CR is equal to
2 into 3.14 into RAD.
perfect. 2 into 3.14 into RA. That's right. 2 pi R. Okay. So calculation process also completed. Calculation completed. Accepting completed. Variable declaration also is done. Now we have to display the output. Printf. Within double quotations. Area of circle is
Percentile
percentile. Percentage what symbol? Percentage
D,
F.
F. Percentage F. Because what you want to display is area. Area is already declared as a float variable. Float symbol is percentage F. So we write percentage F, quotation close, comma, AR. That is for area. And similarly, we'll write it for what is that, circumference also. So printf, I'll say
circumference.
circumference is percentage F quotation close, comma, CR. So first variable we have is AR, next variable is CR. So this is the way we are making use of the printf statements. But these two will be displayed in a single line only. Although we are writing two separate statements, it will be shown in a single line. So with the second printf statement, I can use /n. With the first one also, if you want, you can. Okay, let's run the program. We have to save the program here. Program 6.c. Enter the radius of this circle. Can I give 7.5? Can I give the value 7.5 like this? Can we or not?
No, sir. No, sir.
Declared as
We've
int.
declared int.
We declared the variable as int. So we cannot give decimal point values. Let's see what happens if we give. Has it given you the correct answer? Don't know. So 7.5 output is given as 153. Okay, what we'll do is we'll just keep this aside. We'll keep this aside as it is. Again, go back to the program. Again, run the program. But this time, I'll declare the variable as float. Okay, I'm declaring the variable as float. And here I'm supposed to write it as %f. Now I'm running the program again. Already we have one program running. The output has already been displayed here. This output is already there. Apart from that, this is one more. Now let me give the same value 7.5 again. And now let's compare whether the previous output and this output are same or not. Are we getting the correct output? No. This is not same. So although I have given 7.5, it has taken only 7. It has taken only 7. Point part is not taken. Okay, I'm keeping the previous first output. I'm just keeping it as it is. This I'm closing it away. Going back to the program. Again running the program. This time I'm just giving 7 and press enter key. Now compare with the first output what we have got. See this? So what is the understanding here? 7 also is giving you the same answer. 7.5 also is giving you the same answer. So what is the understanding? It has not taken the decimal point value when it was given as integer. Although I have given float, okay, when this was given as int, when the program is running, at that time, sorry, here %d we have given and we declared the variable as integer. Now when I run the program, although I am giving it as 7.5, it is not taking 7.5, it is only taking 7. That is the reason why it is giving you that answer. In case you want the value to be allowed with the decimal point, then use the variable as a float variable and use %f in place of %d. Am I clear up to this? Okay, let me take this variable as float. Because all the three variables are float, so I'm writing all of them in the same line. Okay, and here we have to change it as %f. Okay, now the next thing is, in the same program, we are making use of 3.14. Now this 3.14, every time you are supposed to write it like this, and anybody who sees this program will always have a question mark why this 3.14 is getting repeated. Now 3.14, you are understanding it as pi value, but somebody else may not understand this. Do you know what is the complete value of pi? 3.142857. That is the complete value of pi. 3.142857. And this is recurring. This is not ended here only. It is recurring. It's a recurring value. Bar we put it. Suppose I want to represent such a number. Every time I have to keep on writing such a big number. Okay, I may be using it in my program, but if you share the same program to your next colleague, when you are tomorrow working in a company, and suppose you have to use this value to in your program, and you have to share the same program to your next colleague, they will be in a confusion. They may not be having an idea about pi value as such a big number. So to overcome all these problems, what you can do is you can define this value as a constant. Okay, so the new thing that we are learning in this program is defining constants. How to define a constant? We can write it as hash define. Remember the structure of the C program? This one, hash define constants. So here we are going with defining of constants. Hash define, I'm giving a name, say pi, and I'll give this number 3.142857. Okay, and from now onwards, wherever I'm supposed to use that pi value, just substitute pi. Pi, easy to understand, easy to substitute. Simple way to write the program. Wherever you want to represent this complete number, simply substitute it as pi. So this is one method of defining constant. Or there is one more way you can define a constant. That constant can be defined by using, by writing it like a variable. I can also write this as pi is equal to 3.142857, this value. I can write like this. But I need to declare this. What data type?
Float.
Okay, so I take it as a float type variable. But this is not a constant. When I'm writing it as a variable, what's the difference between a constant and a variable? Variable value can be changed. Constant cannot change. Okay, constant value cannot change. In the further process of this program, suppose somewhere I say pi is equal to something else, pi is equal to some 6.5 if I'm giving, this will give you error. Compile the program, this will give you error. Observe the error, what it is showing you. Value required as left operand of assignment. Value required as left operand of assignment. This cannot be given here, it is saying. Okay, this is not allowed. You cannot change. But if I am giving this as pi, that is possible. Small letter pi, that is possible because this is a variable. Compile the program. Success. No error. But pi is supposed to be a constant. I don't want to change that value. In order to make this pi as a constant, the other method of writing a constant is by writing const. Const. Const is a keyword. Const is a keyword by using which you can define a variable as a fixed value. Now you run the program. This is an error. Assignment of read-only variable pi is the error. Error is assignment of read-only variable. You can only read the value of that variable. You cannot write anything into that variable. You are trying to assign a value to a variable which is made as a read-only, const. So there are two ways of defining constant. One is by writing hash define, some name and value. Remember, if you are writing it using hash define, we generally use capital letters. If you are declaring it as a variable, we generally use small letters. So that's a common standard that is followed. Constants are generally declared with capital letters. Although it is not a rule, it is a general standard that is followed. Like on the road, what is the general standard that we follow? We walk on the left side. If you work on the right side also, there is no problem. Okay, but going on the left side is a proper way. That's a general procedure. Common nomenclature followed by everyone. So even here also the same way. For capital letters, we represent them with a constant. For small letters, we write variables. For variables, we write small letters. For constants, we write capital letters. That's a general way of representing. So choice is yours, how you want to represent it. Okay, so this will not be allowed. Once you declare the value as a constant, this will be error. Constant value cannot be changed. So that is the type of error that you have. Okay, without this line, and here I am making use of pi small letter. So here I am using capital Pi, here I am using small pi. Both ways I can use it. Program is compiled successfully, no errors. Let me run the program. I get the output. Fine. So this is the way we can declare a constant. Constant can be declared with a keyword called const. When you are writing it as const, you have to declare the data type of the variable. The variable is equal to symbol has to be given, and the value. Semicolon is required. If you are defining it as a constant, no semicolon, no equal to symbol. Generally use capital letters, and data type names not needed. We just say define. Whether it is integer or float or character, whatever. Just say define that name and value. Okay, one more new thing in this program. Another new thing I'm trying to introduce here. The thing is here, radius into radius. This is radius square. Because it is radius square, you are able to write it rad into rad. Suppose it was radius to the power of 5. If it was radius to the power of 5, suppose, then we have to write rad into rad 5 times.
And the brackets r comma rad comma 5.
Instead of writing it like this, the same thing, you can also write it as ar is equal to pi into POW. POW is a function. POW of rad comma 2. If it was r to the power of 5, just this number would change. If it is r to the power of 10, then this number only would change. Your difficulty is not there in writing the statement. If you were following this method and if you had to write r to the power of 10, then you have to write the same thing, rad into rad into rad into rad into 10 times you have to write it. And it becomes a long statement. So this is a more appropriate or more compact way of writing it. So here it is rad square, so we write it 2 to the power of 2. Rad, power function, rad as a base, 2 as the power. So we can write like this. Rad to the power of 2. If you want to use this type of function, this function is present in a separate header file called as math.h. Okay. If I compile this program, can you see there at the bottom it is showing you incompatible implicit declaration of built-in function POW. Incompatible implicit declaration of built-in function POW. It is saying that POW function is being used as an implicit usage. It is not there. So you say hash include math.h. This is the header file in which you are having this POW function. POW is a function present in math.h header file. So therefore we are able to use it now. Now you compile the program. Program is compiled successfully. Output is same, but I am trying to introduce you one new thing. POW calculates power of a base to its exponent. Output is similar again. That is calculated. So this is the way we can make use of the POW function to calculate the power of a number. So defining of constant, then usage of the math.h, defining of constant using const keyword, POW function like this. So these are all the new things that we have learned with this program. What I want you to do for your next trial is accept the radius. Accept the radius and calculate the volume of a sphere. Calculate the volume of a sphere. Volume of a sphere is given by the formula 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube, that would be the formula. Just radius you have to accept and only one calculation. Only one variable for radius and one variable for volume. Okay, try to do this. Work out this and tomorrow we will continue. Yuvraj, basing on this, I want you to try this program. Basing on the last explanation, I want you to try this program and see it tomorrow. Okay? Any questions, any of you? Okay then. I'm concluding the class. Tomorrow further we will continue on this one. Bye.